You don't love him. You love the version of yourself you think you become when he gives you attention. And that's not love, that's addiction. Let's talk about the kind of attachment that silently ruins women because it feels exactly like love, but it rots you from the inside out. If you're watching this, you already know something is wrong. You're not stupid. You feel it in your bones. Your emotions spike to the heavens the second he texts. You crash into a black hole when he pulls away. You find yourself refreshing your phone like an addict, just waiting, hoping for that next hit of his attention. And the insane part? You know he's inconsistent. You know, logically, that he's not choosing you, but your body reacts like he's oxygen. Here's the truth you need to hear. You don't chase the man. You chase the feeling he gives you when he momentarily validates your existence. And until you understand why your nervous system bonded so intensely to him, you will keep calling the addiction chemistry. You will call the withdrawal love. You will call the chaos connection. This video is here to break that spell for good. Women don't get addicted to men. They get addicted to who they become when the wrong man gives them crumbs. This is about attachment wounds, childhood patterns, and emotional deprivation playing out in real time. You are not in love. You are trauma bonded to his validation loop. Let's get brutally honest. The reason you feel so attached is because your brain has linked him with relief. When he's cold and distant, you panic. Your cortisol spikes, your mind races. Then, when he finally returns with a crumb of attention, you feel this overwhelming sense of calm. That's not romance. That is a dopamine-cortisol cycle. It's the exact same mechanism that hooks people on gambling. Think about slot machine psychology. Pull the lever, nothing. Pull the lever, nothing. Pull it again, jackpot. That intermittent, unpredictable reward creates the strongest addiction known to science. He is your emotional slot machine. He gives you just enough to keep you alive, but never enough to make you feel secure. And that is exactly why you stay. You think you're choosing him, but you're not. It's your nervous system picking a familiar pattern. It's choosing someone unpredictable, someone you have to earn, someone whose approval feels like survival itself. If you grew up around inconsistent affection, criticism disguised as love, or parents who only loved you when you performed, your body will mistake anxiety for attraction. Chaos feels like home, and genuine safety? That feels boring. You don't feel a spark with healthy men because your spark is just your trauma begging for recognition. Now, here's the worst part, the part that's so hard to accept. You bond with him precisely because he withholds. If he were consistent, stable, and clear about his feelings, you wouldn't feel this obsession. Your attachment wound is addicted to the chase, not the man. His validation tastes so much sweeter because he starves you first. You have learned to confuse intensity with love. You mistake anxiety for passion, relief for connection, and his crumbs of effort for a grand romantic gesture. You are not addicted to him. You are addicted to the relief from the pain that he himself triggers. And that relief feels just like love. So ask yourself this and be honest. If he completely removed the validation, would you still want him? No fantasy future. No more flirty texts. No more random attention. No more I miss you after he disappears for a week. Would you still love the real him? Or do you just love the feeling of being chosen by the one man who rarely chooses you? Notice how your entire emotional climate changes based on his behavior. He texts, and you feel alive, vibrant, beautiful. He pulls back, and you collapse into yourself. He gives you a compliment, and you glow for days. He's distant, and you start hating yourself, wondering what you did wrong. This isn't love. This is emotional dependency. A man should complement your life, not control your nervous system. Addiction makes you delusional. It makes you interpret his bare minimum effort as a sign of deep, profound interest. It makes you justify disrespect just to keep the fantasy alive. You excuse his inconsistency because, well, he's just busy. No, he's not busy. He's just not invested. But your addiction needs hope to survive. Hope keeps you hooked. Hope makes you rewrite reality to fit the narrative you so desperately want to be true. This is the final sign that you're not in love, you're in withdrawal. You mentally understand it. You can even say the words, "He's not good for me." But your body, your nervous system, it just won't let go. That physical ache, that pit in your stomach, that's not love. That's withdrawal. Your nervous system is addicted to the very man who destabilizes it. So you have to label it correctly. Say this out loud. I'm addicted to the feeling, not the man. Your brain hates this sentence because it kills the fantasy. Good. It's time to cut the oxygen supply. His mixed signals are the drug that keeps you hooked. So from now on, you need one simple rule: zero response to inconsistency. If he disappears, you do not wait. If he returns casually, you do not welcome him back with open arms. If he throws you a breadcrumb, you ignore it. You cannot heal an addiction while still taking microdoses of the drug. When that panic hits, and it will, don't chase the hit. Don't text him. Don't check his social media. Do this instead. Put your phone away. Regulate your breathing, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. Journal about the trigger. Get the feelings out of your body and onto the page. Move your body, go for a walk, dance, do anything physical. You must replace the urge with a new action. You are actively rewiring your nervous system away from craving chaos and toward peace. Remember, you're not addicted to him. You're addicted to feeling worthy. To break this addiction, you have to build validation from within. Build it from your achievements, no matter how small. Build it from setting and holding firm boundaries. Build it from self-trust, from emotional discipline, from your community of friends, and from your own sense of purpose. When your identity becomes self-sourced, you will stop begging for external confirmation. You're not addicted to him. You're addicted to a wound you haven't healed yet. He just mirrors the parent you could never please. He mirrors the love you always had to earn. He mirrors the instability you learned to normalize as a child. He mirrors the version of yourself you're secretly terrified to outgrow. When you finally heal that core wound, the spell breaks. He stops being intoxicating and magnetic. He just becomes ordinary. Let me leave you with this final thought. If a man can break you simply by pulling away, you were never in love. You were unhealed. Love doesn't feel like withdrawal. Love doesn't make you anxious. Love doesn't require chasing, fixing, proving, or earning. You don't want him. You want the version of you that only appears when he gives you those crumbs. But here's the most powerful truth of all. You can become that woman without him. Stronger, clearer, absolutely untouchable. And once you realize that, You'll stop craving validation and start choosing your own power. If this hit you deeper than you expected, you are not alone. Subscribe to this channel. I'm here to help you break every single emotional pattern you were never taught how to escape. Thanks for watching.